Hey, what up, y'all? This is SisQo.
SisQo broke into the music scene as a member of the R&B group Dru Hill, and after embarking on a solo career, he co-wrote one of the most popular tracks of the early 2000s. He always knew his time at the top wouldn't last forever, so he was determined to capitalize on his 15 minutes of fame. But trouble with the law, creative differences, a shady record contract, and allegations of a secret love child hindered his career. Here's what really happened to SisQo. Born on November 9, 1978 in Baltimore, Maryland, Mark Andrews' friends gave him the nickname SisQo because with his light curly hair, they thought he resembled a Latino. The nickname stuck with him throughout his entire life. While attending middle school, he co-founded a singing group called Legacy with his friends Larry Jazz Anthony, James Woody Green, and Tamir Nokio Ruffin. They performed at various venues, and eventually they each landed minimum wage jobs at a place called The Fudgery. SisQo told Rolling Stone they would make the candy and sing songs to help rehearse for their upcoming gigs.
So y'all used to sing all the time while y'all was making fudge?
Well, I mean, it was just like
part of the job detail.
Yeah, I mean, that was part of the job.
We were entertaining Candyman.
And it was easy. It was an easy way for us to make money.
They belted out their own rendition of tunes, such as Jodeci's Forever My Lady, which they changed to Forever the Fudgery. At the age of 14, SisQo and his group mates got signed to a record label. When their first project got shelved, it took them a couple of years to get out of the deal. It really changed their thoughts about getting involved in the music industry, so they decided to switch gears and began performing as a gospel group instead. In 1995, their manager asked if they wanted to travel to New York to compete in a talent competition. The group was hesitant, but they agreed to go. While there, they were discovered by Hiram Hicks, the head of Island Black Music. Noticing their potential, Hiram invited them to his office and played a version of the song Tell Me that had Dave Hollister on the vocals. After listening to the song once, Legacy sang it back to Hiram and blew him away. He told them they could have the song, but only on one condition: they would have to sign with Island Records. SisQo weighed his options. Should he go back to working a minimum wage job, or should he sign a record deal? SisQo said Hiram made a makeshift contract on a napkin and presented it to the group. They signed the napkin right away and executed a long-form contract later. They were then advised to get rid of the group name Legacy. After some brainstorming, they came up with the name Dru Hill, which was named after Druid Hill Park in their hometown of Baltimore. They hit the studio and officially recorded Tell Me the same night they signed their names on the napkin. The song was given to radio stations and was an instant hit. When it came time to film the music video, the record label demanded SisQo dye his blonde hair back to its original color. After some resistance, he agreed. But while on the set of the music video, he snuck into the restroom and dyed his hair back to platinum blonde. The president of the label told him it would ruin his career, but it actually had the opposite effect. When the video premiered, it was SisQo's blonde hair that set him apart from other R&B singers in the game. In 1996, Dru Hill released their self-titled debut album. Along with Tell Me, the album was jam-packed with other hits like In My Bed, Never Make a Promise, and 5 Steps. Within a year, the album had sold over 1 million copies. But while riding the wave of success, things quickly unraveled. 9 months after the album's debut, Dru Hill filed a complaint and accused Hiram and his brother of attacking one of their managers with a pool stick during a party held in celebration of selling 1 million records. A rep for Island Records told the Baltimore Sun the allegations were, quote, outrageous, attention-seeking, and completely untrue. The record company attempted to squash the matter by offering the group a $5 million advance and a royalty upgrade of 20% on the sale of each album. Although the Los Angeles Times called it a generous deal, Dru Hill turned down the offer. Instead, they wanted to be released from their contract, and they asked for $9 million in damages and $46 million in punitive damages. In November 1997, both sides came to an amicable agreement. According to MTV.com, Dru Hill decided to stay with Island Records, and the terms of their compensation were kept under wraps. In 1998, they dropped their second album entitled Enter the Dru. The entire group received executive producer credits, and each group member wrote and produced several songs. It would become their most popular album to date, thanks to the singles How Deep Is Your Love, These Are the Times, and You Are Everything. the album went 2 times platinum in the United States. In 1999, they were preparing to head out on tour when Woody announced he was leaving the group to pursue a gospel career. SisQo and his remaining 2 group members decided to hit the road as a trio. Little did they know trouble was right around the corner. A woman named Jamila Farid from Switzerland told the Daily Mail she met SisQo on the group's European leg of the tour. She was reportedly 14 at the time, which means SisQo was 20. She claims she was at a nightclub when SisQo allegedly invited her back to his hotel. She alleges he didn't ask her age before their intimate encounter, and then they went their separate ways. After missing her next 2 periods, Jamila said she took a test and discovered she was pregnant, and she claimed SisQo was the father. She gave birth to a baby boy named Ian, and she reached out to the singer on MySpace to let him know about his alleged son. SisQo, who was already the father to a little girl, told Jamila her son looked nothing like him. She filed a paternity complaint. SisQo allegedly refused to take a DNA test. He was reportedly on the hook for a child support payment of £1,500 per month, as well as a past due child support bill of over £100,000. Despite his personal struggles, he snagged a solo deal with Def Jam Records in 1999 and released Unleash the Dragon. It was moderately successful at first, up until 2000 when Thong Song was released. It became a runaway hit, and SisQo piggybacked off of its success with the ballad Incomplete, which reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Dru Hill had plans to reunite in 2000, but SisQo's solo career and business ventures reportedly pushed back their reunion. So many doors were opening up for him. He launched Dragon clothing line, formed a female quartet called Love Her, and he released his second solo effort in 2001 entitled Return of the Dragon. The album eventually went platinum, but its singles Can I Live and Dance for Me performed far below expectations. He continued to branch out into the world of film and television. He appeared in Snow Dogs with Cuba Gooding Jr. and had a guest role on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. SisQo was making major moves despite the lackluster performance of his second solo album. Everyone was in love with his music, and everyone wanted to work with him. Well, not everyone. There was one hater lurking in the shadows, and it was none other than Robert Kelly. Robert teamed up with Jay-Z for the Best of Both Worlds album, but before it was released, a track was leaked that shocked everyone. According to MTV.com, in a song called Hold Up, Robert sings, 20s on the drop, blue and yellow rocks, Kiki yelling stop, SisQo's album flopped. The song didn't make the final cut of the album, but during an interview, Robert said there wasn't any beef between him and SisQo. But he added that he took offense to a televised statement SisQo made when he declared he was, quote, shutting it down when it came to R&B. Robert also announced he had another verse aimed at the Dru Hill frontman where he called him a bum. According to sources, that song didn't make the final album either. SisQo never responded to the diss. He had bigger things on his plate. He reunited with Dru Hill in 2002, and Woody rejoined the group as well. They added a 5th member named Rufus Waller and released the album Dru World Order. The album went gold, and the group got dropped from the label. They went on another hiatus, and SisQo's life took an interesting turn. In 2003, he and his then-girlfriend Tara Thomas were locked up after they allegedly fired shots at a car parked outside a neighbor's house. SisQo was released after a $175,000 bail and was later ordered to receive unsupervised probation, according to the Baltimore Sun. After a few years off, Dru Hill reassembled in 2008. By that time, Rufus Waller was no longer in the group, so it was the original 4 members once again. They appeared on a Baltimore radio station to promote their reunion, and while live on air, Woody shocked his bandmates by announcing he was quitting the group again. A fight broke out in the station, and SisQo was so ticked off he jumped in his car and left the scene. Come to find out, he really wanted to quit the group, but Woody confirmed the fight was nothing more than a hoax in order to drum up publicity. After signing with Keter Entertainment Group, they added Antoine Simpson as Woody's replacement, and they released Independence Day in 2010. SisQo took some time off to appear on Celebrity Wife Swap with his then-girlfriend Elizabeth Pham, and he also competed on Celebrity Big Brother. He resumed his solo career in 2015 and released Last Dragon through his independent label Dragon Music. He told ABC News he was forced to create his own label because he was blackballed by mainstream music executives after he began to push back against the industry. In 2018, after having 2 kids together and after dating on and off for 15 years, SisQo and Elizabeth Pham got married in Minneapolis. SisQo reportedly sang Thong Song at the reception. That same year, Dru Hill added 2 new members to the group, Juwan Smoke Peacock of the R&B group Playa and Benjamin Black Bush. Dru Hill released a Christmas album in 2017, and the group has plans to release more music in the near future. SisQo has been touring with the group and singing all of their classic songs, but he also found a new passion. Just in time for the 2018 holiday season, he released the children's book entitled SisQo's Perfect Christmas. He finally feels comfortable with where his career has taken him. Through his own label, he enjoys the freedom of being his own boss and calling all the shots. He knows that his name will always be attached to the song he made about female undergarments, and he's fine with that. He told the New York Post he's no longer afraid of failure or success. He said, "I don't care if tomorrow nobody likes me. I know my talent is real." Let us know if you're surprised by what happened to SisQo's career, and thanks for watching Real Reality Gossip.